that a pretty good clip of years now. We've got some pretty strong data, and the data points to one, the last 3 months of the year being the most important in any art or photography business. More art and photography is sold in the last 3 months of the year. We call it Q4, it's the fourth quarter, than any other. The way that it works normally with our data is that, let's just assume sales average out for the previous 9 months of the year. Well, okay, and let's just say the sales are one. Every month the sales are one. So in September, the sales were one. We see sales double in October, so it goes from 1 to 2. We see it triple in November, so it goes from 1x to 3x. And then this time now, from Cyber Monday, which just ended, to essentially the drop dead shipping date for Christmas, sales are like a 1.5 multiple. So right now, this time between now and Christmas, if you have things to sell and you have the ability to email some people and do some social media posts and get a sale in the water, it is, you are more than 1.5 times incentivized to do so. So an incredibly important time. At that point, we can get into the Q&A. I'm happy to take your questions about anything, on any topic, on any subject, on what we're doing, on where your business is, on what you're struggling with, pricing, niche selection, just getting started, navigating gallery relationships, anything in between. Love to talk about any and all of it. How do we go about asking questions? And so at the bottom of the little Zoom bar, there is this like little smiley face, and it's a reactions button, and you can see that on there that if you click it, there's a way that you can digitally raise your hand, and that lets me know that you have a question, and then I can bring you on and unmute you. If anyone turns their camera on and they have a question, you can raise your hand. I'll see it that way. If you're one of the ones that's watching on Twitter or YouTube or Facebook, I will see your comments, so you can leave a comment on any of those places, and I'm happy to answer those questions live as well. And yeah, there we go. Jeannie, is it? You're the brave one today. I appreciate you. First one on the camera. It always takes one, but Jill's got her hand up, so we'll start with her. Jill, you're up first. Go ahead, Jill. And you'll need to unmute. I'll let you know when you get it.
Okay, yeah, I can't get my video working right now.
No, it's all good.
All right, so I am the mom of an artist in the autistic spectrum.
Okay.
So she is not. She's a good spokesperson when she is, and then she's terrible when she's not.
Okay.
Her bestseller at one show, she would go up to somebody would say, "Why do you want to buy that piece of trash?"
I love it. I love it.
She doesn't understand how people could like something that either she just whipped out intuitively or quickly or doesn't think is good. Okay, so she doesn't understand other people like it for why they like it.
Okay.
So have you found the Zoom live show selling to be effective when it's not the artist, or when the artist is there but maybe listening, or how would that work?
Yeah, it like, look, everyone's got a different set of circumstances that comes to bear for them, right? And so in your daughter's case, like it's independent of who's in the room in terms of the artist, or in terms of the the artist representative or dealer or agent or whatever else. Sort of the abstraction of it is it's the next best thing to being in person, face to face, right? So even if it's you having to do the selling, and that's totally okay. And to be honest with you, I would lean into the story. Why not? Right? Like,
it's a story that interests people, especially like how she sees certain things.
100%. Yeah. It's great. It 100% is what it is. And, even if she was making those like, strange, cheeky type of comments, I still think that's amazing. Why not? Why not?
Then the other thing I was thinking of, and we were trying to, is to have two selling vantages. One of the art she wants to sell and one of the art she doesn't want to sell. Do you know, in other words, because of her perspectives? I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that's one of those what ifs that everybody could put their finger in the air and make a guess, and it would be no different than picking horses at a horse race. You don't know. You don't know until you get it in the water and give it a shot. I mean, that's just the long and the short of it. So you gotta just get the test in the water and see what happens. How old's your daughter, out of curiosity?
She's 25. She'll be 26. Speaking of the pandemic, it was terrible time for people, she attempted suicide and
I'm
all
sorry
the
to
other
hear that.
stuff. So
Yeah.
we're trying to set up something that requires the least amount of work, that she can just keep producing and not
Yes.
worry about the other stuff.
100%.
And
Yeah.
that's why we were drawn to your product.
Yeah. Yeah. You can, I mean, the difficult part is the marketing needs to be done regardless, right? And so I
I can
imagine
sell ice to Eskimos.
I love the conviction. I love the
Yes.
conviction in your voice there, Mom. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. But the marketing still does need to be done on a regular basis. And so,
Yes.
if you're like, you know what, I believe my daughter, this can totally happen. Let's do this. Like, as long as you do the marketing and execute on it, I love customers coming in at your age. I love it. And the reason I love it is because we don't have to untrain any bad habits, right? And she's
Yes.
so young that like there's going to be a massive amount of time to get the whole program right, and get everything started on the right foot. So I think fantastic age to be getting started in all of this, 100%. And you can totally do it. You can totally do it. And I
I
love
think
that you're
so.
bought in. Yeah.
I know so. She wants to have college classes where she can audit and things like that. She's
Hmm.
never going to get the money on disability.
Right.
She needs to sell to get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. 100%. Thank you, Jill. Those are great questions. And we got a lovely comment from Coral in the chat, which says it's beautiful. Yeah, and like, too, when I said lean into the story, like, this is the world that we live in today's day and age. And don't think there's not a whole lot of people that are gonna have parts of your story that are gonna completely resonate with them and what they're going through in their lives and with some of their family members too. So I think it's a great thing to just lean into, and really just embrace part of the story, part of the process, all of that. So yeah, that's what I would say. I appreciate you telling that story, and I love the ice to the Eskimos for sure. Always do. But what else, guys? Questions? Otherwise, I have to pick on Jeannie because she's the only other one that has her camera on. Do you have a question, Jeannie? I might as well. I'm going to unmute you right now, Jeannie. Hold on. Go ahead. All you got to do is like click the microphone icon, and that'll do it. It's in the bottom left-hand corner, Jeannie.
The corner.
Yep.
There we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, of course, the bottom line is getting started and how much. That's my, and I guess that has a lot of parameters to it, but I would like to know how that goes. I'm an iconographer
Okay.
as well as a watercolorist.
Okay.
And so I'm looking at it from that perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And so fill me in.
Yeah, so I can kind of tell you how we approach pricing and contemplate pricing and what all you get and all that, and that'll help you at a high level. And then secondarily, one of the things that we do is we run what's called like the demo process, and the demo is basically it's like an hour-long Zoom call with somebody that's on the outreach team, and they walk you through all the bells and whistles and pricing and do a screen share and dive into all the various things. So that's how you get all that into detail. But everybody on this call, no one here has a website problem, meaning any of you guys can get a website anywhere and your business is not going to fundamentally change, including with us. And the reason is you guys all have a marketing problem, right? And so until you start solving the marketing problem, the business isn't going to go anywhere. And so what we do as a business is, yes, we provide you with the website. Yes, it's state of the art. Yes, it's the best in the business. But in addition to that, we teach you how to market all year long. So we're really, our competitors out there are just websites. We're websites plus postgraduate art and photography marketing and business education, right? And so you get that all year long. So our plans start at $999 down, which is a one-time fee that goes to pay for my army of staff that's going to teach you how to market for the rest of your life. And then the other part is, just the regular website fee. And so that's how we approach it. But we do some pretty serious comprehensive education on how to market and how to grow the business, and it never stops. That never stops all year long. Yeah, and you muted again. Jeannie, what I would go is just go and get a demo. We could even have somebody contact you for it if you're inclined, and they know all the intricacies of the pricing and the ins and outs and all of that, and then you can kind of make your mind up from there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's good talking to you. Thanks for being brave with the camera. Yeah, all right. Who else, guys? Questions? Can be about anything. And Jill already, I can't tell. Did you raise your hand again, Jill? I don't know. You let me know if you did. Yeah, the last month of the year is always an interesting time to get started because you have December and everything that goes on in December, and then obviously we jump right into New Year's resolution time. Okay, Jill does have another question. Go ahead, Jill. I'm going to unmute you now.
I understand the last quarter of the year. If you sell digital prints, and I know you have arrangements with different printers, and one of the people, they're going to give me websites so I can check on the quality of their digital prints, which we've had trouble with. Are they able to keep up with the supply and demand at the busiest time of the year if they're just producing one piece at a time, or do you make a stock of some of the best sellers?
Yeah, that's the beautiful part about it. I mean, you would want to have stock in as much as to be able to show things, show things on live art shows and such, right? So you do want to have some inventory on hand, but other than that, no, print on demand is totally awesome. It's one of the great things about this business is no minimums, no inventory, right? And it doesn't matter if you're ordering 3,000 or 1, it's all the same to them, right? Like they're going to print it, they're going to ship it, it's going to be on time. And even with everything that's going on, crazy infrastructure status in this country right now, because the printers are based domestically, and because they're shipping domestically, there hasn't been any hiccups.
Oh, good. Good.
I'm knocking on wood. I'm knocking on wood right now.
Okay.
There hasn't been any hiccups. Yeah, which has been great.
Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, printing is one of those things that you just period do not have to worry about again, full stop, which is glorious because you don't have a printing problem, you have a marketing problem, and we've got to solve that one first and foremost, right? That's the most important. But what else, guys? Questions? Am I gonna have to start picking on names individually, which I am not above? Les, Monique, Doug, Dodie, David, Dana, Coral, Antoinette. Happy to ask or answer any questions you might have about anything. Things are always usually a little bit quiet because we go so crazy at the end of the month. Everything is like a nut house, and then especially in Q4, this last week has just been absolutely staggering to see what's taken place. It's the single solitary biggest month of sales from artists on our platform that we've ever seen, which has just really been encouraging. It's great to see that art and photography is still selling as well as it is. It's really been pretty remarkable. Wow, you guys are quiet. You guys are shy today. I can't believe it. And that's totally okay. If you guys don't have questions, A-okay. But if if this is the first time that you've seen us and you're just getting to know us, don't worry about it. What I would do is I would certainly, we broadcast live a ton. We put out the Art Marketing Podcast, which has a ton of incredible information as well. And so I would definitely keep up with those. But in addition to that, you can always come back and enjoy one of these sessions anytime you like, assuming you enjoyed it, of course. And then, if you do want to see sort of like I said, the bells and whistles and how the whole plan works and all the marketing and everything else, I encourage you to get a demo. They're totally non-pressure, non-pushy, non-salesy, and they'll walk you through all the bells and whistles of everything that we do, all the technology, all the rest of it, which I think you'll find incredibly helpful. But yeah, what else? Questions? Pricing? Niche selection? Marketing? Facebook? Instagram ads? Anything? I've already picked on Jeannie. She was the only one with a camera on. All right, Jill's coming back again, it looks like. Do you have a question again, Jill?
Yes, I do. Sorry.
No worries. No, I'm happy to have you. You're one of the few brave ones today.
So I was looking at the pricing structure and things of that sort, and I just want to hear it from your lips.
Sure.
If you were going to go for all the bells and whistles, the 2,800, that's a one-time fee. It's not like we're going to have additional. Oh, well, we forgot about this.
No, that's the best part. That's the best part about what we do. So when you and she's quoting a price, like you're buying multiple years up front in that package too, right? So what's interesting about that, and this is going to be really hard to not take cynically, but I say it anyway because I find it to be the truth. The people that end up buying the higher packages, there's something powerful about like where you aim your wallet or purse is where you aim your heart and your commitment, right? And what I find is like, there's so many alternatives online, like, 3 free months or 6 free months or something such trial, right? Or, the website costs you $7 a month or whatever. What ends up happening is the artist, the photographer will be like, oh, that thing only cost me $7 a month. If I don't do anything this month, it won't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Like, oh, it's such a cheap thing. It's not, whatever, it's working, it's there, da-da-da-da-da. And all of that sort of thing happens and takes place. When you lay down multiple thousands of dollars on something, you are effectively burning the boat, right? You're saying like, come hell or high water, I am making this thing work. And so there's something about it that like aims one's motivation and desire to succeed, which I really, really like about it. So that's number one. Number two, yes, you will never pay that again. Number three, I think if you asked people that have been with us for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, even 7 years, they'll tell you how blown away they are by how much we just keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding to the platform, and none of it ever costs you another dime.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
Like,
yes.
like a year ago, we didn't offer merchandise at all. We just didn't do it. And we looked at it and we're like, you know what? We can do this now from a print on demand standpoint. And so now with us, you can offer yoga mats and mugs and puzzles and calendars and t-shirts and tote bags and pillows and magnets and Christmas ornaments. And we keep adding to that list too. And it's like, there's a whole nother feature that didn't exist when the majority of our customers signed up, and boom, now it's all just in there, right? So we just keep adding and adding and adding. And, we're financially incentivized to do so as a business, because the more successful our customers are, it turns out the less they cancel and the longer they hang around.
Because
right?
that's the 15% commission, right? Yeah. And then the only other ongoing fee is the hosting, correct?
Yeah, it's not even the
For
hosting. It's exactly. It's the website fee. It's the same as every other.
Thank you for doing this, because when you're passionate about the unique perspectives of quote unquote disabled artists, people pay thousands to try to see what she sees.
Yeah.
And when you see that, you have to reach out to a larger audience.
Yes, you do.
Because she attracted every Jungian therapist to come over and take a look at her work. And I knew that there are certain things that attract people. So going on a more national basis, that will develop the links. And so
100%. And there's a tribe out there, right? There's a tribe out there that are curious and that connect with folks that are on the spectrum and have those shared experiences, shared desires. Not to mention, like, do you know how many mega famous artists are in that situation in multiple different disciplines, right? Like,
yes.
including and especially including business, like massively so.
Or how about the social service agencies that are trying to help my daughter? They don't even keep a list of the people who buy her work. So
yeah, that is very. We need to keep a list of people that buy our work.
Yeah.
Step one.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw my intro. Like, that's one of the most important things you could possibly be engaged in.
Yep. So thank you very much, and I'm going to sign up, folks. I'm signing up, folks.
Good.
All bells and whistles.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll be happy to have you. And will she come on and interact sometimes?
I was hoping to do that, and she's off walking right now because it's 50 degrees in Wisconsin. So
whoa.
She goes out and she'll find something to photograph. She paints her inner world and photographs her outer world. So that's how she does it. So anyway, so she's not there. Yes, I hope to have her on there at some time.
Otherwise, it'll be super fun to have you inside. She'll hopefully dig the community, and I'm sure she's not alone. I'm sure we have some other folks that are in similar circumstances that she might even be able to bond with. So you never know.
That'd be terrific. Thank you.
Yeah.
No more questions.
You're the best, Jill. You're the best. Welcome almost aboard, and we'll see you inside. Your daughter's extremely lucky to have you as a mom. I love your determination. And you grind at this a couple of years, and she's gonna have a real business on her hands. Like, we don't normally target artists in their 20s. It's just sort of how our business has evolved and gone. But I really wish we did. I really wish we got more and more and more right out of art school, because when you're young, you can put in place all of the great habits, right? And it's like teaching an old dog new tricks, right? Like that's really, really hard. That's saying, not to say, well, who am I kidding? I'm an old dog, but the yeah, the right set of always maintaining a customer list. I mean, do you know how many people that I talked to that were just incredibly successful artists, incredibly successful photographers, but they were selling through galleries, or they were selling at shows, or they were selling through hotels, and they had great businesses for years and years and years, and they're at the top of their craft right now. And I sort of said this in my intro video, right? And then all of a sudden, the gallery's like closes, or the gallery doesn't want to carry their work anymore, and their steady revenue source is gone. And I talked to him, and I'm like, "You've sold hundreds of thousands of dollars of art. Do you know who bought it?" And they're like, "No, I don't have any idea." And it's like, okay, well, then you can't build collectors, and you can't market to them in perpetuity, because the success in this business is no joke, the size of the collector list. And when you have decades and decades and decades ahead of you to build and take care of and nurture that thing, that is how you build a business that can't be taken away from you ever. That is how you build a business where you control all of the rules, right? Where a pandemic can't shut you down. In fact, that enhances you. So it's so important when you start early with those right behaviors. So yeah, I'm encouraged by it. That's what I'd say, Joe.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see it. We'll see you on the inside. All right, that was really inspiring. Okay, what else, guys? Comments, questions, concerns? Otherwise, we can potentially leave it there. Sort of running out of gas today. I got the lovely COVID over Thanksgiving, so I'm still in recovery mode. Thankfully, it's non-Zoom transmissible. Don't worry, non-Zoom transmissible. All right, well, guys, I think we will leave it there. I'll send you guys a replay in a little bit about the video if you need to watch anything or need to click on any of the links. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for spending some time with me on a Wednesday, and hope to see you guys around again real soon.